It is a fine Friday indeed here on Liquid Lunch on NEWSMAX TV. I'm John Tobacco. We're in the NEWSMAX outpost. We got our own little Liquid Lunch saloon here downtown in Manhattan. We are right on Broadway. The Dow Jones Industrial Average just down the street at the New York Stock Exchange is up 270 points, so they're liking the employment numbers. But every day, aside from what's happening in the markets and politics and news, we do something no other show on television does. We bring in a Democrat, a Republican, throw out the topics, they mix it up, I mix up a drink, we have thoughtful conversation, and sometimes we agree. But two great guests, great friends of mine, Rich Valdes, host of the This Is America podcast, and Rob Taub, representing the Democrats today, and he is a centrist. He writes a column intermittently for NEWSMAX called Centrist Sentiments, and Rob's a great friend of the show. Guys, thanks for...
you bet.
I don't know if we had you guys together yet, have we?
I don't think so.
No, it's a first.
Looking forward to it.
I like ringing the bell on first.
Okay.
So, guys, I want to take a look at this clip and get both your points of view. Everyone's talking about impeachment, impeachment, impeachment. The man with zero intelligence, who happens to run the Intelligence Committee, said this.
For the past several weeks, the Intelligence Committee, the Oversight Committee, and the Foreign Affairs Committee have engaged in an intensive investigation. That work, which has been conducted with equal opportunities for both parties to question witnesses, has added a great deal to our understanding of the President's conduct, as evident in the July 25 call record and the events that both preceded and followed that call. That work has necessarily occurred behind closed doors because we have had the task of finding the facts ourselves without the benefit of the investigation that the Justice Department declined to undertake.
Rob, I'm going to go to you first.
Please do.
Of all the things, okay, they're going to try now to impeach him on this phone call. And I just want to do that video and insert the word underground, like multiple times. They've done everything they've done so far underground. Why?
Let the cards fall where they may, John, because I'm not ready to just say, okay, off with his head, but we have to move forward. What I think we haven't even discussed enough is Trump has been running what I consider a shadow government with Rudy Giuliani. Nobody's even asked who's paying for the guy's plane tickets when he was flying around the world. We'll probably find out it was first class, and he wasn't staying at Airbnbs.
Obama was doing pretty good with the Valerie Jarrett crowd, right?
Valerie Jarrett had a White House position.
Agreed. That's even scarier.
Okay, yeah, I did not like her. I was not a fan, but she had a position in the White House. Then he should have made Rudy Secretary of State.
But we're talking about the impeachment hearings.
Yes.
I'm with you. You want to look into Rudy?
He's going to bury himself when he goes on and he reads the transcript. Right now, we've only been seeing a summary. I hope to God that he brings the transcripts out, because I think if he reads them intelligibly, he will bury himself, because I don't think Trump understands what he has done.
What do you think about this? I think it's literally hysterical, without a doubt.
So I think what Rob just laid out is exactly what the Democrats have been doing from the beginning, mischaracterizing the facts. So here's how it goes. Since the beginning of our time here in the United States, George Washington had external advisors that served in many different capacities for foreign policy. That's a very, very accepted practice in Washington, but it seems that when Trump is in office, all of a sudden it's a no-no. That's number one. Number two, Rudy can pay for his own tickets. The guy's making hand over fist in so many places. If there was something there, I'm sure they'd be investigating it. So the real story here is Adam Schiff, who's impugned his reputation by lying, saying, I never dealt with the whistleblower. I had nothing to do with them. Meanwhile, we know he did. He coached them. He did these things, and then afterwards hired these NSC staffers who are now staffers on the Intelligence Committee. This whole thing stinks to high heaven of a very perfunctory witch hunt, and that's what I think the American people are going to see.
They were trying to talk Rod Rosenstein into going in and wearing a wire on the president, so that didn't work. So now this whistleblower goes over to the intelligence. I'm just saying, but the saga continues, that you have these people with lines, all these people with lines back to these prominent Democrats who are the whistleblowers, who are on the call. They released the transcript. Now it's a summary. Remember when Bill Barr came out with his summary?
It says it's a summary.
I'm saying,
on the
but
top.
remember when he came out with the summary? and you were on the show, many others were on the show, screaming and yelling, saying, that's just a twisted up summary, and the real meat is in the thing on page 11, footnote 7. And then when they read every last thing and Mueller came in, what happened? Zippo.
You know, if Robert Mueller was half as articulate as Rich and as Frank Morano, who speak so beautifully and articulately,
Thank you.
Trump would have been gone already.
So bad
I'm serious.
performance art. Bad performance art.
These guys should be working for Trump. I don't want to steal them away from you, John, but
The Democrat complimented the Republican.
yes.
So Frank and I talked a little bit earlier about it. Katie Hill had to resign. Okay, she's a Democrat. Took over, took one of those midterm seats there because she was in an anormal sexual relationship. Here's a little piece of her resignation. I want to get you guys' thoughts on it.
I will never shirk my responsibility for this sudden ending to my time here. But I have to say more because this is bigger than me. I am leaving now because of a double standard. I am leaving because I no longer want to be used as a bargaining chip. I'm leaving because I didn't want to be peddled by papers and blogs and websites used by shameless operatives for the dirtiest gutter politics that I've ever seen, and the right-wing media to drive clicks and expand their audience by distributing intimate photos of me taken without my knowledge, let alone my consent, for the sexual entertainment.
She's got somewhat of a point in this whole Me Too era, right? I mean, I don't like the way she tried to tag Trump kind of in it, but this indictment by public opinion is terrible. I mean, everyone's guilty till proven innocent.
I think she hit the nail on the head when she said this is bigger than her. It's her lover A, lover B, and her husband. And she said this is a double standard. I would venture to say it's a triple standard, or a thruple standard. Listen, she's put herself into a mess, and that's her own mess, and she's chosen to resign. There's no statute here or in Washington that says she has to quit. She's doing it to avoid what may come down the road. Now, there's laws for that.
Maybe it's a quintuple and we just don't know it yet.
Or maybe there's a whole lot more, and she's been
Could
pushed
be an
by her own party
This would be a
to
first.
get out of the way.
What do you think?
I don't think she should have resigned.
Me neither.
I'm with you.
And I think that she is representative of and may even be a paradigm for the future of men and women in politics. She's a millennial. Millennials take selfies for everything they do. I don't even know how to take a selfie. I'm an old man. I'm 63. This is me doing this. This is me doing that. This is us having sex. Okay, so
you better save for the private collection. The last one.
This is the way of doing. This is the way millennials behave, and I think that if you're going to chastise her, then the entire millennial population will be wiped out because they selfie everything. I see them when they're buying groceries. It's pretty boring.
All right.
On this, that, bada boom, bada bing.
Let me tell you this. You stay right there. We're going to take a quick break. You got to stay right there because it's not going to be boring. We're talking about Andrew Cuomo waving bye-bye to Donald Trump, who moved to Florida, and some amazing economic and employment numbers. More with Rich Valdes and Rob Taub right after this.